Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. So I hope everybody's having a great day. I got a great video planned out for you guys today. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the reset. It's something that I glazed over yesterday in yesterday's video. We spent a little bit of time talking about it, and it was kind of a hot video for some people. And I knew that it would be, only because the possibility of getting rich quick is what a lot of people dream of. You guys have been stacking, a lot of you guys, for a long time now. You've acquired a large amount of precious metals, whether that be gold, silver, or both. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. When I hear some of the, I don't want to necessarily say outlandish claims, but you guys heard, if you watched my video yesterday, what I think about these crazy or extremely high theories of overnight revaluations. And you better hurry up and go buy your silver and gold today, because tomorrow it's going to be revalued and you're going to be an instant multimillionaire. I don't buy precious metals for that. Do I enjoy watching some of those videos? Yes, of course I do. When I watch some of them videos, I am calculating the ballpark of what my stack would be worth and how instantly I'm going to get everything I've ever wanted in life, and that's my ship coming in. But in the grand scheme of things, the stuff that I talk about on YouTube is a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit more realistic, and quite frankly, for the people that are just rooting for getting rich quick overnight, maybe precious metals isn't for you. I hate to say that. I really like it when people get into precious metals and they have the same passion towards it as I do. We've all seen really good returns on it if you've been stacking for a while. When I first started stacking gold, it was $1,000 an ounce. And a lot of my friends that I got into it are now looking at it like, wow, and they'll ask me, where do you think it's going? I heard somebody talking on YouTube that gold's going to be $50,000 next month, $100,000 next month, and that it's all about ready to change. And silver's going to be $1,000 an ounce next month, and I hear these from friends, and I try to tell them, you know what, you've done well already. When you started buying gold, it was $1,000. Now we're almost at 3,000. And quite frankly, I'm convinced you could get $3,000 for your gold if you were selling it. And silver, and for anybody that's watching this and they're already writing the negative comment, keep in mind, what are you going to pay when you go to one of the bullion dealers right now? You ain't getting it for spot price, which is $2,900. On average, depending on what you're buying, you're going to pay easily $50 to $75 over spot on 1 ounce coins. You could pay as high as $50, $60 over spot if you're buying 1/10 ounce coins. And then, when you get into silver, we're talking the same thing. Silver has done great returns. Is it down a little bit today? Yeah, we're seeing pullback. It's not that big of a deal. But what is the pullback? I mean, just because silver's down 5-10 cents doesn't really mean anything to me. And I know how quick it can jump. We seen on Friday, silver went up by 4.5%. By the end of the day, it had washed it all away. As soon as the U.S. markets open, they just beat the price down from pretty much $33.50 all the way back down to $32. And, when I sleep at night, like I said, I sleep at night knowing that my wealth is not going to disappear overnight. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not like the casino. It's not like cryptocurrencies. And so I think people need to understand that when we're talking about that. Now, I am going to talk a little bit, though, today about the actual possibility of a revaluation and what I think it could look like. I did touch on it yesterday. And I know some people think, well, why would they even revalue it if you're only going to go up to current price versus a lot more? And I'm going to explain why I think that's a possibility. So right off the bat, yesterday, I know in the video I did say $35, and someone did leave a comment on that. Technically, it's, what, $43.22 or something. Oh, okay. I mean, it's semantics to me, the exact dollar amount that they have it valued at the Fed, and to me, it doesn't really mean anything. It's a fictitious number. But in people's minds, the question comes up, well, why would they want to revalue it? It was a common question that I seen. The whole purpose of a revaluation, in my opinion, is a confidence. And with the confidence, it does, if they revalue it, it makes the budget, it makes our books look a little bit nicer. And I'm going to show you guys in a quick second. If let's say Trump came in, and he did, I'm just saying, Trump comes in and, he sets up this Doge clock, this Doge team that's basically cutting efficiency, making it more efficient, government, the way we spend our money, looking for and auditing a lot of different funds. Well, right now, we're already looking at $103 billion. This was $100 billion last night when I did this video. So 24 hours ago, they've already shaved $3 billion in basically wasted money that we're wasting. And they're going to find a lot more stuff. Now, picture this. In 3 months, maybe 6 months, the president comes out and says, you know what, we want the gold revalued on the books from the $42 to the current market price. But here's the thing. I don't think they're going to use current market price either. I think they're going to go just a little bit over it, but not a lot over it. If the spot price is $2,900, what's the harm in them saying we're going to revaluate gold at $3,000 an ounce? What does that give them? Now, that gives them essentially more, I'll say more of a net worth. If your house is set valued at $100,000 and you owe $50,000, well, then you only have a $50,000 equity. However, if your house is valued at $300,000 and you owe $50,000, you have a $250,000 equity. So the government wants their books to look good. Does it mean they're going to get out of debt like this? It probably ain't going to happen that way. We're $36.5 trillion. I can't stress how much money that is and how much cutting they would have to do to figure out where to come up with that money. It does not mean that they're going to sell their gold for that price. It just means the gold is on their books valued at that price. I've said before, I really don't care what my house is valued at because I'm not selling it and I'm living in it. And that might be a little bit of understatement because technically I do think it's important to know what your house is valued at because the more it's valued, the more taxes you pay, which is one of the reasons why a lot of houses in my area, I believe that they are evaluating them higher. They evaluate them higher. What happens? They charge you more in taxes, property taxes. They evaluate them higher. You help the economy because you're forced to buy more insurance. And try to insure a house that's worth, I have one house right now that they value it at $180,000. It's not my primary house, it's a secondary home. And they have it at $180,000. And I said, are you kidding me? I bought it for like $30,000 during the whole housing crisis. And it needed a lot of work. And I put a little bit of work into it. I just can't understand how they're valuating it so high. But I do understand because they want to make more money. Now, when insurance comes around, I try to tell them, I know it's tax appraised at that, but I just want to put like a $75,000, $100,000 policy on it. We can't sell you that. We have to sell you the amount. So it raises the price of everything. It raises the valuation up on everything. And I think it will look really good for Donald Trump if he does make it look like they're doing an amazing job bringing down the budget, cutting spending. You come on, look at all the money we saved. It makes him look good. But it's not meant to say, when I did a video like that yesterday, that I think gold and silver is a bad investment. Because I'm a firm believer that gold and silver is an amazing investment. Now, do I like one metal over the other? Of course I do. You guys know that if you've been following the channel. I just read a comment a minute ago as I was about ready to start up the video. It said, you want to stack a metal which leads, not one that follows. And that is a reference to, here, we'll read this one too, because this one, I guess, just came in real quick. Before I address that other comment, my silver helped me put a down payment on a house. And that's exactly true, because when you're stacking, let's be honest, I know I have a hard time saving money. I like to spend. But by stacking precious metals, it helps me save because my stack has a lot of value in it now. I could use it as collateral somewhere. I could sell it and then do whatever I need to do and then start buying it back again. Or I can just look at it and say, hey, it keeps going up in value. Now, I want to address this comment, though, right here real quick. You want to stack a metal that leads, not one that follows. Here's the thing, though. When you see gold skyrocketing, and let's be honest, gold is doing really good right now. I mean, silver definitely ain't kicking dirt. I mean, it's doing well too. But when you see gold skyrocketing, it gives you a little bit more of, I'll say, assurance that silver is going to be following it pretty soon. And you know that that's happening because we're seeing the gold-silver ratio go up. We're seeing it now continue to climb higher and higher. And I read some comments that people that think it's going to go all the way up to 100. And though I agree that that is a strong possibility, and if that happens, that means that you would have been better off stacking gold. When you really do see the big jump in gold and silver, I have a belief that you're going to see silver skyrocket. We've seen it time and time again where you see gold just really go up, and then all of a sudden you see silver really go up too, but even more based on percentages. Now, I think it's important to realize what I'm saying here. Hypothetically, if gold goes up, gold is sitting right now, like you can see, pretty much 2,900. If gold goes up 5% in the next couple months, I'm just using hypothetical numbers, and silver goes up 5% over the next couple months, that would be the same profit, assuming you put the same amount of money in. It does not mean you can buy 1 ounce of gold and 1 ounce of silver and think that silver is going to do better. I've had people tell me that, and they're not really seeing what I'm saying. So I want people to understand, dollar for dollar, you want to be in the metal that is going to have the largest percent gain. And I am well aware that if gold comes down, silver is going to come down even harder. But the thing that I want people to understand, what do you think gold is going to do? What do you think silver is going to do? What do you think metals as a whole are going to do? Do you think precious metals are going to start coming down? I think we're about ready to go into one of, and I think we've already started one of the biggest bull runs in history. And by saying that, that means that I think that both metals are going to go higher. Because of that, silver tends to go up a lot higher based on percentages when that happens. Here's what will happen, though. In a certain amount of time, you will see gold come back down possibly. You will see things get better. You will see some trust get put maybe back in government, assuming the currency don't fully collapse. But I'm playing a safe bet. If the currency collapses, it doesn't matter. Silver, if you're holding silver or gold, you're going to do very well. If the currency doesn't collapse and all of a sudden they instill confidence, then yes, I understand. Gold's going to come down and silver's going to come down harder. I don't think that is going to play out that way. I think we are going to see metals continue to climb higher. I think that there's no way around the amount of debt that we are in. Is Trump a great president? You know, I shouldn't have even said that. I try to stay away from it. I don't edit my videos. These are all one take. So if I slip up and I say the wrong thing, I can't really take it back without refilming the whole thing. But, you know, some people think he's a great president. Some people don't like Trump. Let's be honest. I personally do like Trump. I like Trump. But at the end of the day, he is not going to be able to fix the deficit in the position that we are in. That is true. We didn't get that much debt overnight. We're not going to take it away overnight. Now, could you fudge the numbers and make it work in your favor? Of course you can. If all of a sudden our gold, we announce we've got more gold than we think we have, And we've been buying more gold, let's hypothetically say. We don't know where all the gold's coming in. It's coming into New York, but we don't know who it's for or where it's going. Let's just say they have a lot more gold than they've let on. And now we revalue it. Well, all of a sudden, we don't look like we're total scumbags that are just can't pay our bills. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, people think, oh, wow, they've got all this gold. They've showed it. It's proof now they have it. And boom. I mean, they look at us now. Yes, at the end of the day, the situation didn't change, but all of a sudden, people have confidence in the dollar. And when people have confidence in the dollar, what do you think will happen to the price of gold? Well, all of a sudden, you could see gold pull back and silver pull back. Do I think it's going to happen tomorrow? Nope, I don't. I think we're going to continue to have a lot of questions and a lot of lack of confidence in the dollar as we have used the dollar as a weapon. We've weaponized it with sanctions and tariffs and all these other things that we have done with the dollar. And we continue to print it. We print it out of control. And prices are going up. And now the question is, will people ever really get paid back from the money they've loaned us? And so a lot of people are essentially dumping the dollars. Even people in the stacking community that have more confidence in gold than they do dollars, that's why they're stacking. You know, I like to invest in precious metals because I realize that. You know, back on the reset, a lot of it comes down to confidence. If people all of a sudden have confidence in the US dollar, it's going to make the dollar stronger, and it will make a difference. People will want dollars. Countries will start taking them, as opposed to what they're doing now, hurrying up and spending them like they're hot potatoes. They're sending them back to the United States, and they're buying products, whatever they can. You know, the spending that we do in this country is so large between military, Social Security, interest on the debt, retirement, everything we spend money on. Once you realize that, then you realize something has to change. And I do think Trump is trying to make changes in a lot of that. That's a lot of red. I've said it time and time again. You know, when you look at the debt to GDP ratio, we're talking 123%. That means we're guaranteed to go in the hole. If we can't bring our GDP up, I mean, if we could bring it up by like 23%, then at least then our GDP would match our debt, essentially. And things might stable out a little bit. But the truth of the matter is you need to have a higher GDP than your debt. You need to bring that down. And I think Trump's trying to do that. I think he's trying to do it on a rounded approach. He's going to try to use the Doge team to find more efficiency in government to cut costs. He's auditing stuff. He's looking for ways to cut the budget. You know, what's going to happen when they have to raise the debt ceiling? That lies a big question. Is he going to raise the debt ceiling? You know, personally, I don't think we should raise the debt ceiling. And I understand that means essentially that, you know, some stuff is going to have to be cut. And some people are going to complain. But the question is, you can't make everybody happy. Just like on a YouTube channel. I can't make every subscriber of this channel happy. I've tried. I was reading a comment a few minutes ago that said basically he likes the longer video format. And you know why? If people don't like it, too bad. I try to keep it at 15 minutes because YouTube gives me every week, every month, I get little ideas on how I can make the channel better. And that's why I kind of keep this this is one of the windows I keep open. I know I don't take any affiliate money from people for recommending stuff. I really don't care if people buy gold or silver or not. I know if you buy it, you will be happier in a couple years. Why? Because it's going to be a whole lot more than it is now. And you'll be able to sell it. And despite some people always saying when the end of the world comes or the apocalypse, your gold and silver ain't going to do nothing for you. You know, you're right. It won't. Is the apocalypse going to come tomorrow? You know, I've said on the channel, I do prepping videos. I do a lot of different videos. And I've said, if you don't have food and water, a certain amount on hand, I mean, you ought to think twice about your situation. Have some rice, have some beans, that type of stuff. This stuff's cheap. Have some seeds. Know how to grow different food. Know how to preserve it. Food and water is essential. Have security to protect your food, your water, to protect your valuables, to protect your family. That's important. Once I've got food, water, a certain amount of, first aid stuff, I've got some security measures in place. Well, then I want precious metals. I want to be well-rounded. And that's why I do a lot of videos like this. I haven't done some of these videos in a while. Why? Because gold and silver is hot right now. It's a hot topic, and it's winter. I'm not growing gardens in the winter. Not really doing homesteading in the winter. And I'm trying to downsize right now. I do want to move to another property that I can establish a little bit more as a forever home. I can set it up in a way where it is 100% self-sufficient, where I don't need, anything. Now, is that everybody's goal? No. But it is a goal of mine. And as you get older, I think people start to realize the truth of what's going on out there. We're being lied to. There's no other way to say it. They're not going to come out and tell you the BRICS nations are about ready to eat us up. I mean, if they came out and told you that, you would be scared. You would all of a sudden dump the dollars overnight and probably flood into gold and silver. If they came out and told you anything. I know some people say they want to keep you in fear, to keep you in control of you. And to a certain point, yes. But they don't want to put you in fear to where you go against them. And once you understand all that stuff, you start to really understand the big picture. Yesterday I touched up on why I didn't think that all these channels that are talking about $100,000 gold and $1,000 silver, I mean, a lot of these channels are backed by bullion dealers. Now, I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying that. You know who the channels are. If you're seeing metals companies get advertised on the channel left and right, and you're seeing them as the face of XYZ metals, then you know who their affiliates are, whether they say it or not in the video. 0 affiliates. I don't have any affiliates. Have I been asked? Yes. And I got called by someone one day in a comment a liar. Oh, you're telling me they were going to give you some free precious metals and you turned it down? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. If you can't match a price for me and match it for the subscribers, then you don't really have the best price. And I'm not saying that about any particular company. That might even be someone's logo. We have the best prices or something. I don't know. But, I mean, here's the thing. Your prices should speak for themselves. And quite frankly, nobody, no metals dealer, always has the best prices on every product out there. Yes, XYZ Metals might have the best price on Silver Eagles this week. And, I don't know, T-Square Metals might have the best price on generic R-Choice rounds this week. But no metals company has the best price across the board. That's why I've always said, check around, shop around. How many YouTubers do you hear come out and say, shop around? I don't think their sponsors would like to hear that. Shop around? No, that's not speaking for someone. But at the end of the day, you getting the best prices means shop around. You know, I've gone to almost every single bullion company out there that I can think of, and I have bought their first-time purchase at spot price. Why? This is a good deal. Ounce of gold at spot, first-time buyers, okay. 10-ounce bar of silver at spot, first-time buyer, okay. 10 1-ounce rounds, 5 1-ounce rounds, an American Silver Eagle at spot. I'm always cautious if there's only one little thing at spot, because then you got to pay shipping on it, or you got to buy something else. I seen one company, American Silver Eagle at spot. You could get one of them. But then when I went to go fill the order, there was like $15 shipping. And on top, I was like, okay, so, but if you spend $200, you don't have to pay shipping. $199, I think it was. Okay, so I go to their website. I'm looking around for other stuff now. And every ounce of silver is like $6 over spot. Well, yeah, they're making it up there. They can afford to give you one thing at spot price if they're going to make it up somewhere else. You know, that's the name of the game. So you want to shop around, get the best. But the revaluation, I believe we will revalue it, but it's only going to be to current market price. Now, will they push it up a little higher? Yeah, I mean, $100, $200. If you disagree with that, you can sell it to us at $100 over spot. How many people are going to sell them gold at $100 over spot? You'd be doing the government a favor if you sold them your gold at $100 over spot. Same with your silver. I mean, you know, but I don't think they're going to revalue silver. If they revalue the price of gold, it doesn't really change necessarily the price of gold in stores, on websites. It only changes it on the books. And once you realize that, now, will it be talked about heavily? Of course it will be. And will it drive it up some more? Absolutely. And that's why I say they won't do it at the current spot price. You know, gold's sitting at just under 29. They're not going to revalue it at 29 because as soon as they say we're going to revalue it, you can expect this number right here is going to go up. But is it going to go up to $100,000? No. I mean, do I think it could easily shoot up to 3,000? Absolutely. And that's why if they put a buyback in or they revalue it, they're going to revalue it a little bit over. And that way it's not instantly. And how do I know this? Because look at the last couple times they've revalued it. When they revalued it, that's what we've seen. We've seen it go higher each time. It didn't go higher overnight, but it did start working its way up again. And, you know, that we're going to see that again. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Taking a quick look at silver price right now. I don't even know if I said, if you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment. I'm supposed to say that at the beginning of every video. YouTube says you're more apt to catch them at the beginning of the video, and I always forget to say it. I try to remember, though. 32.18 right now on silver price. Gold price right now sitting at $2,891. DXY still trading right around 106.75. And the debt clock is continuing to be off the charts. What else do I got open here? We're going to skip this. That was just someone's got me watching something for him to get my thoughts on it, a crypto. I'm not a big fan of cryptos, but literally in just the first day of me watching it, it's down 3%, and they make me sick anyway. Let's see. Gold revaluation. I had that open from yesterday. I don't know why that was open. And, I was reading about different antibiotics to have on hand. So that was that. And what else did I have? I showed you guys the comments. Movie clips that I was watching. I love that movie. And that is it. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I will talk to you guys again on T-Square Talk. I hope you all have a great day. Hope you hit that thumbs up button for me and help me out. With that being said, 28 minutes. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. Sorry it wasn't 15 again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.